Let's take a look at a feature on your Express console called Focus Point. We talked before in the basic training about using groups to recall looks that you've stored, or using a submaster to bring them up on a handle. And a focus point is another place that you can store a look, but it has some unique qualities that make it particularly useful. So let's talk about how to use a focus point. There's a focus point key on your Express console. It's right next to release. And it is basically another record target. So you can record to a focus point, and then you can recall from a focus point. But the unique quality of the focus point is that data is referenced. And I'll explain what I mean as we go. I'm going to use my channel levels here, and I'm just going to record what I have here as a focus point for our purposes right now. So I'm just going to say record focus point. And the one thing you have to remember about focus points is it's 1 through 99. It has to be a 2-digit number for focus point. So anywhere between 1 and 99. I'm just going to record this as focus point 1. Now I have that focus point recorded. So if I want to bring that focus point back, what I can do is I can specify my channels just like I would using a group, or just like I would using a level. So I could say channels 1 and channel 4 at focus point, and this is where the syntax is a little bit different, at focus point 1, enter. Now you can see here that the channel is up and it's brought to the level that was in the focus point, but now there's also another pair of digits below the intensity telling you that that intensity is being referenced to the focus point, and in this case it's focus point 01 or focus point 1. Now if I use this information and I record a cue, let's just say record cue 5 for instance. Now what's going to happen when I play that cue back, you'll see that the levels are there, as is the reference to the focus point. Now what this means is that if I use the focus point to build looks and I record those into the cues, if I use the focus point many, many times, if I need to make a change to that focus point, say, let's say I've used focus points to mix custom colors on my cyc, and I have a nice blue that I've mixed using a couple of channels, and I want to change that blue slightly. I can change it one time in the focus point. And if I've used that focus point to build all of my cues where the blue cyc is used, I change it in the focus point one time and it automatically changes all of the cues in my show where I used it. So it's kind of a nice quick way to make big edits. You'll see that focus point is also useful when we talk about some of the moving light functionality later on in the training, but for conventional lights it's also a very useful feature. So the focus point, to recap again, is basically similar to a group, but it's referenced data so that you can record focus point 1 through 99. You can then recall channels to a focus point, but the great thing about the focus point is you change it one time and it updates all of the cues that you used it in. And that's how you use focus point on your Express console.